I've got a seriously excited face on because I'm about to go and get in the Cabri for my first solo flight after completing the commercial integrated helicopter training course here at Leicester Airfield. So join me on board and let's go off on a trip together.
Leicester traffic, helicopter student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, taking off runway 22 to join the 28 circuit left hand. Golf Tango November, time to check, start descent, speed, way on 134.180.
Right, there's nobody in the circuit, Harry's leaving. We're looking for 60 knots in the climb and a ball in the middle, which it currently isn't. There we go, coming up for 60 knots in the climb. 1011, we're on the Q&A, just clear left, clear right. We'll depart the zone to the east. Right, we'll keep on coming up. Go up to 2,200. That's Bilston up there, so that's my start point. So we're going to come round to the left to Bilston Junction. We're going to have function timer.
East Midlands radar, good afternoon. Helicopter student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, request basic service.
Student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, East Midlands radar, squawk 4571, that's the message.
Squawk 4571, helicopter student Golf Tango Oscar 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 is a Cabri G2 from Leicester to Leicester, currently 4 miles northeast of Leicester Airfield, altitude 1,800 feet on 1011, 1 POB VFR. Intended routing is via Cottesmore, Desborough, Bruntingthorpe, return to Leicester at current altitude. Request basic service.
Golf Oscar Oscar, basic service, QNH 1011.
Basic service, QNH 1011, Golf Oscar Oscar.
Okay, start the timer. And first heading is 056. Then reckoning we're going for the left of the water. Should be going to the left of Oakham. Well, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Rory on Air. I'm in the Cabri G2. This is my first flight after completing my integrated commercial helicopter training course with Heli Centre at Leicester Airfield, and I'm on my first navigation flight after completing everything. And we're just going off on a little local nav to take us up towards Cottesmore, down through the Wittering Mats, towards Desborough, another disused airfield, and then over to Bruntingthorpe, which again is looks a bit more like an airfield, but they basically use it as a car sort of place for storing cars and what have you. So we're aiming for 80 knots, 1,800 feet, and I've corrected my heading slightly to come left of Oakham here, so we're just trying to hold that. It's very strange being up here on my own. I mean, I did quite a bit of solo flying, about 21 hours or so as part of the course, and there was quite a lot of SPIC flying too, which supervised pilot in command as part of the integrated CPL, which was fantastic. But I'm very conscious of the responsibility I have to fly well and properly and safely.
06, turn right heading 180 degrees, descend to altitude 2,000 feet.
Keep a good lookout for people on Kingdom 06 there. So this is Oakham coming up on our right here. Unlike the aeroplane, I can't just pick up my camera and start showing you stuff out of the window that I can see, because I kind of need to have both hands available for the job in hand. But that's all good. This should be a 7-minute leg. We're about halfway, so that's working out okay. It's great to get back in the aircraft and to fly again and start logging some of this hour building time that I need to do before the next steps of my piloting career.
Turn right heading 230 degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 27.
Turn right heading 230 degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 27.
So I'm keeping a good look out here. We're shooting for the gap between these built up areas, and we're also keeping a lookout as well for Cottesmore, which hopefully will appear somewhere off in the distance shortly. In fact, I think I can see it already. It's quite cold actually. Might have the cabin heat on for a minute, which is a bit rare for me. she really wants to go at a fair lick. She seems quite comfortable about 85 knots with just me on my own, even just pulling 76%, which is quite impressive actually. So we're going to need to speak to Wittering for a max penetration, which is 119.675.
Radar, Helimed 54 Alpha with basic service 1110.
5 Alpha Radar, good afternoon, basic service.
Basic service 54 Alpha.
So we're getting a basic service from East Midlands, but my track wants to take me through the Wittering mats. So I think we'll switch away from East Midlands when we get to Cottesmore, and we'll get a mats pen through Wittering.
Golf Oscar, Oscar, suggest a call to Wittering approach on 119.675 for traffic information, squawk 7000.
Contact Wittering and 119.675, squawk 7000, many thanks, Telecenter on helicopter Golf Tango Oscar Oscar.
Well, great minds think alike there. The East Midlands controller keeping an eye on me and suggesting that I change to Wittering, so we'll do that, 119.675. I've lost about 60 feet there. Just have that back.
Nomad Kilo corrected navigation and port visual the aerodrome.
No, we'll go Nomad. Wittering zone, good afternoon. Student helicopter Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar. Request a basic service and mass penetration.
Student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, Wittering zone. Basic service, squawk 3750, pass message.
Squawk 3750, basic service, Golf Tango Oscar 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 is a Cabri G2 helicopter from Leicester to Leicester, currently overhead Cottesmore, altitude 1,800 feet on 1011. We're 1 POB VFR. Intended routing is through the western sub of the mats towards the Ibrook Reservoir and then on to Bruntingthorpe. Request a basic service and mass penetration.
Golf Oscar Oscar Roger, set Wittering QFE 1001.
Wittering QFE 1001, Golf Tango Oscar Oscar.
Nomad traffic north-northeast, 3 miles, static, no height information, possible radar clutter.
Nomad.
Golf Oscar Oscar, can you accept flight at height 2,000 feet for your sub-penetration?
A firm, Golf Oscar Oscar.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Roger, report at height 2,000 feet.
Wilco, Golf Oscar Oscar.
Traffic 8 o'clock, 7 kilometres, 1,000 feet below.
Right, they've asked me to be at 2,000 feet on the QFE, which we are now, and we want to be at 200 degrees.
Helicopter Golf Oscar Oscar is now at height 2,000 feet on 1001.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Roger, penetration of the western sub approved at height 2,000 feet. Report turning at Ibrook.
Penetration of the western sub approved at height 2,000 feet, Wilco, Golf Oscar Oscar.
I'll tell you what, it's lovely to be able to fly solo without having to wear a face mask or a snood. I mean, it's we're doing our level best to keep as safe as we possibly can in light of the COVID situation, for our own benefit as well as everyone at heli centres and the sort of general public as well, in light of the rules. But it is just nice to fly without something covering your face. So I'm enjoying that.
Student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, you're now leaving my area. Squawk 7000 and change en route. Barnsley 1006. Good day.
Squawk 7000, change en route and many thanks for the service, Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar.
VFR. We'll go back to the QNH of 1011, which puts us at 2,200 feet. We'll stick at that, it's working out fine.
East Midlands radar, good afternoon again. Student helicopter Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, request basic service.
Student Golf Tango Oscar Oscar Oscar, this is radar, hello again. It's squawk 4571, basic service QNH 1011.
Squawk 4571, QNH 1011, basic service, student helicopter Golf Oscar Oscar.
I always end up either gaining or losing a little bit of height while I'm on the radio, and I don't think I did on my skills test, which I was pleased about, but it can happen, so that's always something for me personally to watch. So this is Desborough disused. My next heading is 255. That's now out of sync a bit, so we'll set that up again. And we want 255, so we're going to clear the timer. And we'll come round to our right. As we
Student Golf Echo November, changing to left radio 122.130.
Student Golf Echo November, Roger, 47,000.
set ourselves.
47,000, thanks very much.
There is that bank of cloud there coming in from the west, which we spoke about when we were doing our briefing. That was Harry that you just heard there, one of the Bristow cadets. Him and Ross and I are all up today for the first time since completing, so we're all a bit giddy with excitement. Right, okay, so that's where we are.
Oscar, what's your next turning point, please?
We're just heading now en route towards Bruntingthorpe, Golf Oscar Oscar.
Roger, report to Bruntingthorpe.
Wilco, Golf Oscar Oscar.
I still can't actually see Bruntingthorpe, and it's usually an easy win. Got a microlight site over there, that'll be Husbands Bosworth, so we want to stay to the north of that, which we are. That's where the police are based. In fact, I can see the police helicopter base. This is their runway for the gliders, and then the police helicopter base is on the other side of it. So that orientates us, and now I've got Bruntingthorpe. It was hidden behind that cloud. So we're all good. We're not lost. We know where we are, which is a win. We'll do a free DAT check again. Fuel is 89. Radio, we're tuning talking to East Midlands. We're going to want 122.130 for home. Engine T's and P's are green. We've got no warning lights, no captions. The DI is pretty well aligned. We're at vision with Bruntingthorpe, so we're aiming for that on a track crawl now. Altimeter is set 1011, and the trim and transponder we're squawking there, what they've given me. I hope you enjoyed my previous video, the one of kind of wrapping up the whole year or 14 months as it has been on the integrated CPL course. HC1, HC2 has already started. The next crop of integrated pilots at Heli Centre are already underway with their training, which is really exciting. You never know, if I do my FI course I may end up teaching, probably more likely HC3 or HC4, but you never know, that would be quite something, wouldn't it? Let's have a look at Bruntingthorpe then. I'm just going to lower the nose slightly and come round to the right so that you can see that on the camera.
Helicopter Golf Oscar Oscar is now finished at Bruntingthorpe. We're en route back towards Leicester.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Roger, report leaving the frequency for Leicester. Appears to have at least one in the circuit.
Wilco, Golf Oscar Oscar.
Ah, it's fantastic to be out flying again. I really, really miss it. It's such a brilliant thing to do, and I'm so excited about the future and about what's coming next. There's going to be plenty more challenges with FI courses and instrument ratings and type ratings and all sorts of things. Flying with passengers, that's going to be a big excitement for me to take Lizzie flying, and hopefully to get to fly with some of my colleagues from the course as well, to experience the way they do things and just kind of get a feel for all of that. It'll be fantastic. It's brilliant to be able to share it with you here on Rory on Air, and I really appreciate you sticking with me and watching the videos and being so enthusiastic about it. Lots of you have said very many kind things about my previous video, very encouraging, and a lot of you have stuck with me for a long time, right the way through from when I first got my microlight pilot's license, which can't be understated how much of an important move that was for me actually, because it taught me a lot of things and it really helped to continue to keep the spark of enthusiasm for aviation going, as I progressed with the microlight. So I'm very grateful to the BMAA and Main Air Flying School who trained me on the microlight, and everyone who encouraged me to continue doing that, because it really has helped, and it's been a big bonus to me to have that experience under my belt, particularly with things like navigation and radio and airmanship and use of the circuit.
Golf Romeo Echo, request frequency change back to Leicester, radio 122.130.
Golf Romeo Echo, Squawk 7000 and 3 call Leicester, bye-bye.
Squawk 7000 and 3 call Leicester, many thanks. Student Golf Romeo Echo. And Student Golf Oscar, request frequency change to Leicester, radio 122.130.
Golf Oscar, Roger, the other aircraft is joining Leicester from the east, bye-bye, 778, Squawk 7000.
778, Squawk 7000, we'll keep a lookout, many thanks. Golf Oscar.
So we're looking out for Ross, who's meant to be joining from the east.
Leicester traffic, helicopter Student Golf Tango Oscar, Cabri G2 is currently 2 miles north of Kibworth, descending through altitude 1,400 feet. We're going to join straight in for runway 28.
Right, okay, fourth checks. Fuel 83, radio, tune and talking, engine T's and P's are green, no captions, no lights. Altimeter is set to QFE 993, can't see anybody on the runway. Trim and transponder, cockpit secured, door secured. Right, we're just approaching final here for runway 28 grass at Leicester. Ross is coming in behind me. And we want a nice apparent walking pace.
Leicester traffic, helicopter Golf Oscar, final runway 28 grass.
55 knots, 400 feet a minute. Quite quick because there's a little bit of a crosswind. Actually, no, the wind is favouring this runway now, actually, which is quite good. We're out of the vortex ring parameters, got enough speed on.
Leicester traffic, Golf Romeo Echo, entering the zone from the east at 700 feet on a standard 4 hectopascals, joining straight in final to left hand. Leicester traffic, helicopter Golf Oscar, taxiing to park.
Well, this was fabulous fun. That's Harry already back. Stick it on this pad here. Friction on, governor off. Well, thank you very much indeed for watching. Another edition of Rory on Air, almost done and dusted as I shut down the helicopter here at Leicester. After an hour in the air solo, my first trip out after completing everything on the integrated commercial helicopter course. So don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and do hit the bell icon if you haven't already. But the most important thing is I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment if you do, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio!